Well, it's
And we're recording. Well, Scarlett's complaining about AI, how terrible it is.
okay. AI is only good in certain times. Like,
Nah,
there's
get
a
rid of
time
it
and
all.
a place for everything, and AI is no exception.
I mean, it'd be great for cancer research. Apparently, it's really good for that.
Yeah, it's being used in
Or it
medical
was until
settings.
Donald Trump got rid of it.
Yeah. It was super useful, and it's super like precise for some reason in medical settings, and can detect things way earlier than human doctors.
Oh shit!
And that's where it should be used. Obviously, with double checking and everything with human doctors, just to be sure.
You're talking into the side of it. This lines up. I was trying to figure out why you were sounding so quiet despite having it so close. Here, I'll turn you up. I'll turn you up, baby.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
But yeah, apparently I saw that it was like an article or something about how AI has been detecting breast cancer very early on, to the point of being able to remove it.
Stop, Scarlett. You're talking to the side of it. You're talking right here, and your face. You need to put your face here.
Okay.
It only picks up on the front. Notice how my voice is much louder, despite you being turned up fairly high.
Yeah.
I'll turn myself down a little bit more. Alright, continue.
But yeah, and I mean, using AI art is. I'm kind of 50-50 on that, to be honest.
I have to give you one of my testosterone shots so you can get gruffer.
Okay.
I'm Scarlet.
No, but like, on one hand, I hate it, mostly because it's like huge companies. They just
That's the name of the game. Oh, sorry.
They just don't want to pay people.
It is impossible to overestimate the importance of
I
etiquette
forgot.
in this
I
line
forgot
of
this
work.
guy had a list.
To my eternal shame, a man once did me a favor, and I've never had the opportunity to repay his kindness. The man's weakness is motor cars, and he has requested that we acquire him certain models for his collection. Needless to say, we must give him the card as a gift to repay the debt that I owe him. You must obtain the
What's wrong?
cars on this list and deliver them to a garage behind the car park in Newport.
Well, I'm making
My honor demands
sure
it.
that one's all the way up. Because on this side, it should always be all the way up. Because what that is if you have it connected to a mic.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pause it so the timer doesn't go down. If you have it connected to a mic, because you can, there's this microphone here you can pull out. Don't ever do that. Or you will get a loud feedback noise in your ear, because I'm so mad about that. I'm still mad about paying so much money for that terrible headset, because I bought it specifically to just have it all in one so I could do the job I used to have, and it never worked. So that you had to use my old mic setup. This one has a detachable mic, and it worked fine. I used it for work. But that is so like you can set it to how much you can hear the game versus how much you can hear the chat. So if it's turned all the way down, you can't hear anything else. And since you're not using the mic, you'll just hear nothing.
Okay.
Your right side controls the audio for the headphones itself.
Sorry, I like threw my hands up. I was not trying to hit you or anything.
Okay. So we got 5 minutes to get the cars. They got to be in good condition. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to happen.
Yeah. I love this green vibe we're having right here.
Matrix.
Yeah, kind of.
The game's kind of falling apart.
Yeah, a little bit.
Why are you so quiet? I've been messing with. There's been something wrong with the mics that I've been messing with. I know I'm usually louder because my voice carries, but you're really. Oh, god damn it! But you're really quiet.
I don't know.
It's because you suck. No one likes you.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only reason.
Sure.
It's the only possible reason. I'm sorry, but you're the problem.
Mm.
Okay, so I gotta get cars and I gotta deliver them, but... Okay, what's going on now? Who's shooting me? Okay, I'm on fire. In the Navy. Or is this where I need to deliver them? If this is where I need to deliver them, I'm going to be a little upset. This is where I need to deliver them. Shit. Okay. Oh, I'm tired. Gotta take a breather.
Me too, bro.
You're always tired. Hush up with your chronic illness. Your woke illness.
Yeah, still figuring out what that is. Besides
That's
the other.
schizophrenia?
No, that's the other chronic illness, which is actually labeled as a chronic illness.
Of course it's a chronic illness. It's a lifelong illness.
Well, I didn't know it was a chronic illness.
Scarlett, what do you... It's an illness that is chronic.
Yeah.
It's pretty self-explanatory. It's something that cannot be cured or done away with at the current moment in time.
I've been looking into
Technically
some,
speaking, cancer could be a chronic illness
Yeah.
until it is cured.
I've been looking into some treatment options. It's there's
I have to exercise you. Be fine. Get the
no
demons out.
there's a lot of places that
I can do that now. I'm qualified.
seem to have some treatments that won't cure schizophrenia because there is no cure, but it does help with some of the symptoms. Like there's these injectable treatments, which is
Injectable?
scary.
You ain't injecting nothing.
Yeah, it sounds really scary.
Oh my God! I hit a bump, and I was like, "You gotta repair the car."
Yeah, bro.
Oh, game's done.
Yeah.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Frame rate.
And then there's this other medication that I was looking into.
Fuck!
Can't remember what it's called, but I think it's a shot as well, but I'm not really sure. I don't know how that works. But I saw it and I was like, okay, I should probably look into that. I don't know. Pay and spray.
Okay, let's back out of here without fucking up. This is not enough time to do this.
Yeah.
I have 2 minutes.
Damn.
Oh, thank God you give me this super fast minivan. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. He's got a tiny dick. It's from the game Grumps. Ever seen that one?
I think I heard it while you were playing it.
Why are you holding a mic arm? Oh. Tighten it. It does that. You gotta retighten it so it doesn't swing away.
Oh, okay.
See, this one has a thing on it. It has a little cage, so I can move it around and it not really mean much. But on this one, that and just how the mic is particularly sensitive in certain areas. You move it and you can hear it.
Yeah.
But also I was just wondering why you were stuck.
Stuck.
You look like you were stuck. That was his fault.
Yeah, he just jumped up in front of me.
He's like you gotta watch him.
That's true. That's true.
Is that supposed to be the head? Hold on. I know I'm already gonna fail this mission. We gotta look at this. Okay. It looked like from this angle, it just looks like the headlight. It's like one of them fucking fish. They're just on the sides. I tell you, you can see to your side, but you can't see what's in front of you.
Yeah.
Why would you ever need to see what's in front of you? Well, at least they put the paint and spray right next to it. Now he's got
Well,
a
I was about
tiny
to
dick.
say, so you made that joke about being stuck. I have had this fear for a while.
That you're gonna
because-
get stuck?
Well, yeah, but like
Oh no, step bro.
Ew. No, in a different way. Schizophrenia, yada yada yada, whatever, blah blah blah, right? There's a symptom that I've had before, and I've only had it slightly, and it's catatonia, which is a spectrum. And
Just gonna wait for this timer to run out.
yeah, and that scares me because, you know, catatonia, you can just kind of just be sitting there, right? And just, you're stuck now. Okay, ow.
Well, I was kind of expecting it to move. You know you can make this to where it's not covering up your entire face.
Okay.
Remember, you're on camera.
I know.
You gotta show us all the pretty small
Yeah, okay.
and big old cheeks
Mm-hmm.
and all your acne and your ugliness. So if you start nice and then you get mean. Eventually, I'm gonna get that smartass that smartassness that you do have. And every now and then it comes out. You'll say something funny,
Okay.
or you'll try to say something funny, completely ruin it, just fuck up, and it's hilarious. I'm still figuring out your tics because I'm still afraid, but
Afraid
yeah,
of my
afraid of stuff that's
tics?
gonna hurt you.
Stuff that's gonna hurt me.
Well, I can't. Look, I'm a very shit. You assume, and it's because you assume this, that I'm going to hurt you all the time. I'm going to leave you or this or that.
Well,
So
I think
I don't know
that
how
of
to push and
everybody.
prod in certain ways. Though you've gotten better. I mean, you used to not let me do half the shit that I do. Just even talking to myself because you thought I was trying to hurt you, and I'm like, I'm just talking. Now, there's other stuff that I've stopped doing because you said you don't like it, which is fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just like trying to have some back and forth and be fun and, you know, let off some steam because you build everything up. That, and I'm used to very combative smartasses, like my entire family and my ex-wife, all my exes really. But you're afraid that what I'm saying is actually real, which is why I have to even say certain things and use a really over-the-top funny voice to make sure that you know that I'm being stupid.
Yeah.
But you sometimes talk like this. And then sometimes you think I'm still being serious.
Yeah, well, sometimes...
It's like expert level. I'm fighting against. It's like I'm having to overdo it. My fight. What is it? There's a word I'm looking for. See, I kind of have to do that on a regular anyway because people with the autism. So I kind of have to over-exaggerate some things, or they think I'm being serious. Except when I do say certain things serious, they think that I'm joking because people suck. It's because they're not actually listening to you or what you're saying. They're listening to what they think you're saying and what they are saying in their mind. Yeah, neurotypicals are bullshit. Neurotypical isn't real. It's based off a bunch of psychopathic white guys.
Yeah,
That's why the only way to succeed in this life is to just be an emotionless asshole. Yeah, that doesn't sound right or human.
Yeah.
But it's like the actual things that make autism a disability are shit. Are most of the thing like they talk. Those are the things that get buried in it. Like they always talk about all these other things. A lot of it's misconception, but we have like hyper empathy sometimes, or just don't know how to explain it. And that dude sped up. That dude, what the hell? And then there's like all these other things, taking things literally, this and that. And it's like we understand double entendre, we understand sarcasm, but that's a taught thing. You have to be taught that. But we don't think that everything has double meanings. So when we say something, we just mean that. If we want it to mean something else, we either know the person close, like we're on the same level and we're trying to be sneaky, or, you know, just like inside jokes. Or, well, it's basically code switching when you have to go around people you're familiar with versus people you aren't.
Yeah.
And then if you're black and autistic, it's super code switching. That must be fun. You just have to figure out based on all bunch of different factors.
Yeah.
But like all these things, most of our deficits are societal, and it's like, oh, you're disabled because you're not a piece of shit. And I'm like, that's strange. And then when they say that we're uncaring in certain ways, it's like, no, we actually are very caring. But you hold this weird thing against us and say that we're not caring, but then you'll do the exact same thing and actually be worse. Because when it's with us, we just didn't think about it. And when it's you actually don't care about people's feelings. That's different. Yeah. When there's a difference between a misunderstanding and actually not caring. It's like, once you understand that this hurts people, we'd go, oh, I don't want to hurt anybody, versus the person that doesn't give a shit if anyone's hurt. That's a different story.
Yeah.
There's lots of things I did I didn't realize that were bad. I didn't realize it was hurting people. When I found out that it hurt people, didn't do that no more. The other people would be like, no, I'm going to keep doing it because I don't care about other people. And I'm like, that's sad. Also, you should talk to somebody. But then you get to the other stuff like the actual communication issues, certain black and white thinking, other things. A lot of sensory stuff and sensory overload, which is disabling and would be even if people weren't insane.
Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer that a lot of the shit in there, I mean, the DSM-5 just reads like a book of, oh, you're disabled because you're not good on the workforce.
Yeah.
Like, you're not just a mindless drone, so therefore you're disabled. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, but also that's a weird thing. It's like, oh, you have an illness because you don't want to waste your life doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Or you've pushed through and done this so much to the point that your body has literally broken down. So something's wrong with you. You have a mental illness. And I'm like, or I just, pushed myself to the fucking breaking point. Also, what the hell wants me to? Oh, what the hell?
I do have an interesting bit here because I'm not autistic. I don't really know that much.
That's for debate.
What?
Oh, what's?
Well, from like the
here?
inside, like, okay, so as a person with severe schizoaffective disorder, I love routines. I have very strict routines. I like how I do things, right? And I grew up Catholic, right? And I saw this on Instagram about how a person who was autistic, she loved being Catholic because there's so much routine in being Catholic, which there is. I grew up Catholic.
It wants me to put all three of these cars in here?
Yeah, how are you supposed to do that?
I'm very confused. I thought I was going to put it in the next one, but...
Yeah, that's confusing.
Okay.
But anyways, but like, I never thought about it like that because, after
there's a lot of routine,
yeah.
well, it's interesting because a lot of autistic people also hate hierarchies. So that's kind of where we run into it's like, oh yeah, religion has all this routine, but then there's this built-in hierarchy that we absolutely despise. However, I'm trying to think about how because I hate the hierarchy. I hate it. I don't like denominations. I really don't like the Catholic Church. There's a lot that I don't like. But like when it comes to God, it's like, well, that's a hierarchy. And I'm like, it's God.
Yeah.
Like, okay, when we're talking about the actual belief system, yeah, it's because it's the Lord. Yeah, that's how that makes sense. But you ain't the Lord, right? When we're talking about authority, there's your ego and what you believe the authority you have and all this crap and this hierarchy bullshit. And then there's actual authority. Mm-hmm. God has actual authority. And I will respect God because it's God. I believe it to be the creator of the universe. It'd be kind of stupid to not do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But I don't respect the Pope because he's just a dude in a hat.
Yeah.
He's not holy, he's just a man. And when you read the actual book, it's like, no man is holy, only God is. And it's like, all right, and Jesus is the Son of God, and so on and so forth, and all that crap, right?
Yeah.
So there's like, it's like, yeah, I respect God. You're literally doing the exact opposite of what the book says.
Yeah.
But a lot of people cling to the dogma parts because there's a lot of routine, there's a lot of...
yeah, it's very comfortable.
It's also a lot of community.
Oh, yeah,
Which,
for sure.
by the way, is that's the point of church. People think, oh, the point of church is to sing and go to scripture and all that, and yada, yada, yada. No, actually the point of church, because in terms of worship, you're supposed to worship every day. And worshiping and serving God is we're getting... It's supposed to be my other show.
Oh,
I'm supposed to be talking about this on my other show. But that's...
I didn't mean to take
what is it? Is not supposed to serve him one day. When you go to church, church is not meant for God. People think it's about
community
God.
and
It's
stuff
not
like
about
that.
God. Church is for us. The reason we're not supposed to forsake gathering is it's for us. We're supposed to come there. This guy's being a dick. We're
Yeah,
supposed to
bro.
go there, share our problems, have some lunch, hang out with each other. Oh, this so-and-so needs help. Let's help them. Let's raise some money. Let's do this. Hang out for a few hours and then go home. That's church. It's communion.
Yeah.
Also, one of the ceremonies is called communion. Like that is the point. The other stuff, like if you're talking about learning about the scripture and whatever, that's Sunday school.
Yeah,
which I know
was
it
about to say,
isn't a
that
church,
Bible class?
but like going to church is not a Bible study. That's not the point of going to church. Now, and then if you read, there were teachers, and then there were the people that... Oh, okay, so now it accepted the car. And there were, like, Jesus was in, like, the temple every day at a certain point doing the teaching. Well, that wasn't on the Sabbath. The day, or even Christians do it on a different day other than the Sabbath. Most Christians do. But usually the main day you go to temple was on the Sabbath. Well, he was teaching outside the Sabbath. Why? Well, it's because you're not just supposed to teach on the Sabbath, and also the Sabbath is not just for teaching. Like, it's not about teaching. That can be a part of it, if that's what they need, but pastors, once you get to Christianity, pastors are meant to take care of the church and maintain the flock, and be there for the people.
Yeah.
Because it's the whole point of the religion. The whole point of Christianity is to take care of each other. That's it. Supposed to sacrifice and take care of each other, which is very, very hard to do when people literally can't or don't know how, because the world is made ass backwards and has told you to believe that doing that is wrong, or it's communism and socialism, and that's somehow against America, and if you're against America, that's against God, and you should be for capitalism and making money and profit, even though if you read the New Testament, it says if you do that, that's evil. Straight up says you either serve God or money. You cannot serve both. You serve one or the other. If you serve money, you are against God. Doesn't mean that having money is evil. Doesn't mean that you can't make money. But if you live to serve money, like if that's your purpose, even if as little as all I do is live to work and make money and pay bills, that's against God. Because who is that serving? Doesn't mean that God hates you for just trying to survive. Doesn't mean that... And people always think God's stupid. They always think that...
Stop, we got Boys to Girls, and this track's called Pray It Goes Okay.
I'm very confused. What? I thought I got the van. Oh no, I picked up this car, and instead of driving it to its spot, I went and picked up the other car. That's what happened. I got so lost in what I was talking about,
Yeah.
I forgot what I was doing. This is gonna be a great episode.
Yeah. Well, my point was that, like, a lot of people like that routine, and I found that interesting because as somebody who has my condition, schizoaffective, I also loved those routines.
Well, some people like that routine to their detriment and think that the routine is everything. And not just the routine, but they think that the routine equals holy. that the dogma equals holy.
And that's where we get into OCD territory.
And if it was just on an individual level, I guess it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
But the problem is that it's not just
Yeah,
an
when it
individual
gets-
level. They're like, oh, you don't wash your hands 1,000 times, so you're going to hell. Well, that's not
Yeah.
what the book says. The book's also not the end-all, be-all. This is what my next sermon was going to be out, how the book is not only not the...
Oh, you have a sermon? Huh?
How many
you
times are we
didn't
going
tell
to
me that.
How many times are we going to talk about this and you just forget?
Bruh, I have brain damage.
That's my thing. I hate having to repeat myself. You make me do it.
I got the
hate...
memory of a goldfish, bro.
I got the memory of a rock. See, look at that. You made me fail and kill this guy in front of this cop. He does not care.
Nah, he's all fucked up.
You have to speak into the mic for it to work. You can pull this back towards you. You could. Something was blocking it. What's going on?
I'm gonna get you.
I literally... Oh, I know what's happening. Actually, we need to push it out, maybe. The idea is it's supposed to lay like flat. That makes it easier. I forgot that. I was like, how is this not working when I literally used that mic for work for years. I can't figure out what.
Yeah.
It's because we weren't sitting two to a seat. Yeah. Okay, too slow. So let's go back. Do this mission one last time. I think I can nail it.
Yeah, but like I grew up loving that routine, and like there's a really toxic thing in Catholicism is like if you don't pray
No,
enough,
not Catholicism.
you're not. If you don't pray enough, you're not holy enough, you're not clean enough, and my schizophrenic brain just ate that up because I also have really bad OCD.
Yeah, you know where that in the Bible it says that?
Yeah,
Nowhere.
Well, you know, as a kid,
Only thing that I can think of. There is one scripture. It says to pray without ceasing. And I guess, if you were an asshole
yeah.
and you read that, you could manipulate it and turn. That's the thing about the Bible. Is, it's a compilation. That's why it's called the Bible. Which, I think the word, its root word means books. Not just one book, books, because that's why there's books of the Bible, because it's a compilation. Like if you made a, well, I say mixtape. If you took a CD, put a bunch of different songs or a bunch of different genres on it, all right? No, that doesn't work, because usually CDs do have more than one song. But if you had, what was the example I used in the sermon? It was, if you took a DVD or a Blu-ray, a blank one, you put 5 different movies on it. Which is a lot of data, but just forget about that. 5 different movies, 5 different genres. It's only one disc, but is it just one movie? Exactly. Now, usually, movies, if you get them on disc, it's one disc per movie. Right? But that's just how the movie was made. But if you have a disc that has multiple movies on it, is that disc just one movie?
Yeah.
No, it just has multiple movies. It's just put together the same way. And they can all be from different things. Now, the Bible, they're all about the same thing. At least the same subject. Subject area and theme. But that's why, like, people, I mean, many Christians, not just people in general, but Christians, because they haven't read the damn thing, don't realize that the Bible isn't just history. There's some history in it. There's stories. There's some fiction. There's literature, poetry, and songs. And people don't realize, even though one of the books is called Songs. But they don't realize that it's because it was a bunch of different things that weren't meant to be together in one, but we compiled them and went, here you go. So and the idea was that you would have a single source, or not even single sources, because they were still writing more sources in its day.
Yeah.
They just decided this is a real cool starting point. We have it all together. This is a good jumping off point, so that when I need to reference something from the law or from this or from that, I just go to this one book, this one compilation, and it'll be there. Because it's the stuff that we reference the most is going to come from this. So it's just made it easy.
Yeah.
That's all it was about. And then somehow we were like, this is the holy book, and everything it says is law. And it's like, no, it's like there's sex jokes in the Bible. Okay, like is that the same thing as the actual laws of the Jewish people? No, was it is it the Song of Solomon? There's one that's from the point of view of a woman, and the story is she is longing to be with this man, and it's all about her wanting to sleep with him. And they're not married at all. And it's literally a poem about how great, oh man, isn't premarital sex great?
Damn.
And you think if you come into it being already immersed in the religion as, oh, this is going to end with, and then God said premarital sex was bad, or something bad happens to these people because he didn't bless it because what they were doing was wrong. No, that's actually not what the theme of this. In fact, he says it's great. It's like, yeah, do it some more. And it's like, that goes against every teaching that we have. That's interesting. How the hell did that happen? And that's why. It's because they're written by different people, different times, different places, different contexts, cultures, so on and so forth. It covers thousands of years. It was just we wanted to put a bunch of sources in one place that we could get to them easily, because we didn't always have the internet. And even now with the internet, it's actually a lot easier just to get a freaking book, because the AI will come in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. I haven't tried it. I mean, I've looked stuff up just because I've forgotten where
AI
exactly it
Bible
is.
studies.
Yeah, that's got to be a thing. People looking it up and getting the complete wrong information.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, Satan's your dad. Like, what?
Yeah.
just stupid stuff that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be a thing. People just running with it because they don't realize that that's the AI bot skimming.
There's a thing.
Oh, dadgummit. I gotta drive it in further.
There's a thing right now where AI are making books and selling them on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Or like people are using AI to make books and then selling it on Amazon, which has actually hurt a lot of people because a lot of that.
It's hurt some people because it's scraping information and stealing
Yeah.
it. However, someone was sued and it's going to court, and they're having trouble because the defense makes a really good point that, well, if you make this illegal, and the defense, I forgot who did it. They were selling something. Oh, there was also a thing about making AI music, and this guy made millions of dollars off of Spotify, and Spotify took him to court,
God.
and they were like, we're going to put you away forever, and he's like, all right, bet, and proved that Spotify's doing the same thing, saying, if I'm going to prison, then you have to go to prison.
Yeah.
Like your whole entire company. And the idea is, if you just make this broadly illegal, then sure, go for it. Go for it. Make it broadly legal. Fine. But if you do that, then nobody can use AI, including the AI companies, including all of these people, including, oh, didn't Coca-Cola just make a commercial, like $1 billion commercial using this shit?
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, this is kind of difficult.
Well, I read an article, or I read part of an article about how basically there was an AI book about like foraging,
I
like
don't know
for
where I am.
mushrooms and stuff, and it almost hurt somebody or something like that.
Yeah, it's got wrong information stuff. It's
Yeah. And that's where it's like dangerous at that point. Like, maybe we should not let AI write books that should be written by doctors or people,
we're
experts.
dealing with the AI and video games and stuff. This is a lot more serious of an episode than I thought it was going to be, mainly because this mission is kicking my ass.
Yeah, this is intense.
But I was looking. I saw this thing where they were taking game footage of Fortnite, just regular game footage, and they put it in this AI thing. I
Oh,
forgot what it was called. No, this was actually cool, and they were able to make it look. They were able to change the game and make it and turn it into different styles. Like the graphics look different, including some really cool stuff that I wish like this game actually existed. And then also made one where it was like photo real, and then like they did a bunch of different cool stuff with it. And I was like, that's interesting. Really, really interesting. Now, of course, if you're stealing people's work, that's bad and everything. But here's the idea. Using the advanced machine learning and new AI techniques, because what the bot is doing isn't it doesn't have to be done bad, because what it's doing is it's using the entirety of the internet as a resource,
Yeah.
right, to get all of its information. But it doesn't have to do that. So if you put this machine and had it in a closed loop, and it only could pull from data that you gave it, so all the assets and stuff that it uses, you had to make. But instead of you having to put them together yourself or figure out all these ways, it does it for you, making the process faster. So it can only pull from a library.
So like closed AI, basically.
Well, it's a closed loop. It doesn't pull out from other sources. It doesn't steal from anyone's work. It's just so you could have all your artists draw a bunch of shit and do whatever they have to do. Maybe not even have to make 3D models for it, because it could turn it into a 3D model based off of 2D images that it's sourcing.
Ooh, yeah.
And that would be bad if I can't figure out how to get to this place. If it was just stealing from a random bunch of stuff, but since it can't do that, it's only going off of stuff that you made.
Yeah.
Then it's not hurting anybody. It's just doing the best that it can. Similar in the medical field, it's only going after what they tell it to go after, using information that they give it.
Yeah.
Because of course they don't want it using some bullshit off of a WebMD form, or a holistic form where someone just makes some bullshit up about how to, cure cancer, because then the robot doesn't know that that's bullshit.
Yeah.
It doesn't know what to and what not to look for, because it's looking at everything. Now, you can use the same thing over a wide net, over the internet, to find things, not to make something, but actually if you're searching for somebody, or searching for something specific, almost like a Google search, because that's what a Google search does. You type in a keyword, it looks for anything that matches and searches it. Well, if you put that on a bigger scale, you put it looking for something maybe more granular, a person. Yours already a reverse image search, but just like you take this idea to its extreme, you can do more. Maybe you want to go look at a bunch of these comments on these forums and stuff, not so that you can make any. Let's say you're trying to figure out, especially when there's a new virus, new disease, something bad's out there.
Yeah.
And we don't know all of its symptoms. We don't have a great we don't have a big enough sample size, purely because it's brand new and there's conflicting reports, conflicting information, and you have to call everybody, and plus people have to get sick and then show up. Not every doctor reports stuff if people are overwhelmed. So
Yeah.
We've all seen how this work just gets bad. Well, if you take this bot and you go, hey, look for everybody who's had this new disease and all the symptoms that they list. And then, of course, you want it to be reviewed so that, but you go through it, and then you look for the most common shit that pops up. And you go, okay. And then you compare it with the results that that you've been able to confirm yourself, and then the stuff that it finds. And it's like, oh, we might be onto something. It's not just I think it could be like a blood virus. Like there were people that thought COVID-19 from the very beginning was a blood virus.
Damn.
And it took over a year to find out, yeah, that's exactly what it is, because they were so overwhelmed and couldn't look at it. Even though everybody knew. That's why certain treatments weren't working, because they were treating it differently. They thought it was they thought it was acting more like pneumonia. Pneumonia.
Yeah.
And which it can cause. But they thought it was acting like those viruses, when instead it was acting differently, but causing those similar issues. Because we need blood. Something affects your blood, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And how was the blood made? How is it oxygenated? Through your lungs. Ah, okay. Well, then you start. That's very, very basic. But like, your blood. The reason not being able to breathe is bad, isn't just because you need to breathe. The reason you need to breathe is because that's what oxygenates your blood. Your lungs. I mean, there's your circulatory system. There's non-oxygenated blood or oxygen-depleted blood, and then there's oxygen-rich blood. And it goes in, your lungs fill it up, and then it goes out. Well, if you have something that's affecting the blood, we thought it was affecting the lungs first. It wasn't. It was affecting the blood, which then would infect the lungs. And instead of just going into the blood or just affecting the lungs, or rather, it can go, instead of just being in your bloodstream and passing the infection, it was actually fucking with your blood on a whole. So it's different than just passing the infection through your bloodstream. Like it was, and once they figured that out, a lot of the vaccines started to get better. They started getting better treatments. They started figuring out a lot more. But that's why people started having weird symptoms.
Yeah.
That's why originally you thought you couldn't get multiple rounds of the same virus. Fuck yeah, we finished it.
Thank God.
Yeah, it took a while, but we got there. That's why you didn't think you'd get multiple rounds of the same virus, and then people did, and then multiple rounds of its mutation, and it's like that shouldn't be possible if it's acting a certain way. Turns out, correct. It's because it's a blood virus.
Yeah.
And there are people who were laughed at for even suggesting that, but it's a blood virus, not necessarily a blood pathogen, not like AIDS or Ebola or HIV, but it's very similar. It's just passed a different way. It got airborne.
Yeah.
But anything that's blood, it's real, real bad. That's why I do not like blood. Don't like blood at all. Because of that. Blood is bad. Blood, especially bloodborne illnesses, mess you up.
Yeah.
Deal steal.
Well, that other chronic illness that I have is a mystery right now. I'm getting it checked out and stuff, but it's really complicated and very hard to do. Like,
Now they are
hold on,
negotiating
cutscene.
terms with the Jamaicans in order to humiliate us further. They are finalizing a deal across town. Take one of my men, steal a Yardie car, and go pay your respects to the Colombians. Our honor demands that you leave no one alive.
Okay, I guess I'm killing Colombians.
ugh.
I guess that happens. A Yardie posse. Okay. I don't know. What are the Yardies? The Yardies? Who are these people? What do they look like? Oh. My totally legal PlayStation 2 is breaking. It could also be the disc that it ripped it from wasn't very good. For whatever reason, the ROM that I had for Shadow Man Second Coming is not working well, even though it used to, and I can't figure out what's wrong. So that's why I bought it on disc, because I'm just going to delete that ROM and then rip it from the disc itself. And if that doesn't work, if it's still having issues, then when we play it, after we finish the first Shadow Man, we'll just play it off the PS2 if I can get it working. But that's a long way from here. I don't know what a Yardie car is.
I'm not really sure either.
Not. I don't know. Yardie car. What is a Yardie car? What's a Yardie? For one.
I'm not really sure.
Hello. Do y'all know what Yardies is? Oh man, it is chugging. It is not like being played right now.
Yeah.
Had to make me all talk all serious. Is this a Yardie car?
Well, sorry that I'm talkative.
Are you a
okay?
Yardie? Oh, I think he is.
Ooh, leopard seats. I like that.
Leprosy.
Leopard's seats.
Ah.
Leopards, like leopard print. I don't know why.
Oh God,
like,
it's got hydraulics.
oh hell yeah. Okay, so I don't know why. My entire life I hated animal print, and now recently I'm kind of getting.
Ah, so you're a
into it.
slut now. Ah, I see. Yeah. Do I not have a horn because of this?
Yeah, probably not.
You know, hydraulics in a car can actually be really useful.
Yeah.
Like, since this car rides pretty low, if you need to drive over something, you know, or there's a lot of potholes, you just, you know, you're like, oh no, well, okay, we'll get high now. But instead, they use it to jump everywhere and go crazy. I don't even. Oh, I didn't know I could. Oh shit. There is no horn. Oh.
Uh-oh. At the hospital? Why are we at the hospital?
Oh, it's chugging. Oh, it's chugging.
That dude in the cowboy hat looks just like you.
Does not. What? You don't even. They're not even wearing cowboy hats. Oh man, it is chugging super hard.
I thought you wanted me to be sassy. What the hell?
They're not even wearing cowboy hat.
Destroy
Yeah.
the cars.
Yeah, you gotta be sassy, but you gotta be right.
Blow up the cars. That's what you're supposed to do.
I'm trying to figure out how.
Shoot them.
Because that's. Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah.
I told you.
I don't know why.
Bam. Done.
What? Why did it... Wait, usually they catch on fire first.
Where's the briefcase?
Already picked it up.
Oh,
I also blew up my car
damn.
and almost died. I'll just... I'll
Sad,
get
bro.
this Suzuki. This Toyota.
Mm.
Ah, great. Man, after we finish this mission, I might have to... Well, first I need to save. And then I need to figure out what's going
Yeah,
on.
because that one mission was kind of annoying.
It's... yeah, we'll go out this way. Because it's dying a lot harder than it usually does. Could just be I need to turn the resolution down.
Yeah,
My
probably.
CPU's not that much higher. I mean, we're well under 10%. I think right now I have it up to 720p just so it looks a little bit prettier. But I could turn it down to its normal game resolution. Yeah, 'cause right now it's
Probably
it's-
turn it down.
it's just chugging. I know if it was pulling too much resources and the computer couldn't handle it, which is would be really funny, I would be able to see it. Like I would see it. The stream would also be having issues, but the stream's not having issues. There we go. Get out. Give Kenji his sturf. So walk in all sexy-like.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Sure. Mission passed.
Damn.